All right. Good afternoon, Colorado. This is Josh with K4CO Radio. Man, happy another Friday the 13th. That's 2 months in a row. Absolutely love it. Do you like scary movies, Sarah?
It depends.
Depends.
Yes.
So some of them you like.
Yeah, it depends. You know, when I was younger, I really enjoyed them. I don't like gore. I'm not a gore person.
No.
But some scare. I don't like.
All of them, the gore, the scares, the jumping,
Yes,
all
you
that
do.
fun stuff. You know it. Well, thank you very much for listening to K4CO Radio. Hopefully you have liked the music this wonderful Friday the 13th. We have a great interview ahead. So if you are listening on K4CORadio.com or the K4CO Radio mobile apps or one of the many internet radio directories that we're on, do know that you can also switch over to K4CO Radio's social media platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're all over the place, and we're even adding some other ones, including TikTok. That's right. I may have gray hair, but I'm staying with the times. We're going to add some stuff for some kiddos. That's what I think the TikTok is for.
Fair enough.
So yeah, if you do have any questions or any comments or anything like that, make sure to go ahead and throw them in the comments section, and our producer Sabino will alert us to those so that maybe we can get those answered for you live on K4CO. Sarah, who do we have in the wonderful studio today?
I'm excited for this gentleman. We actually first originally met Mark, I believe it was 2 years ago, at an event, the Donor Dash, which is put on every summer at Wash Park for the Donor Alliance. And hi.
I have a
Happy
real,
Friday.
yeah, I have a real dumb question to start with. Is it roofs or roofs?
I think you can say it either way. I usually say roofs.
Roofs. I think
Yeah.
it is roofs.
Yeah, it's not
I think it's
roofs.
roofs.
Roofs
Yeah,
is a
or,
V.
you know,
because it's not
You like
roofs.
dogs? It's roof. You know, I don't know.
That's true.
I like it.
Rough. Well, Mark, it's wonderful to have you in the studio. I think
It's good to be here, Sarah.
We've been waiting for 2
Yeah.
years to get you in the hot seat. So
Oh, yeah.
I know we have really important news, but we're going to wait a little bit because, of course, we want to get started on Colorado. Been in this business a while. You're an expert, so I love the journey of how people get to where they are now. So, and you started from one guy in a truck. Is that right? Now,
Pretty much.
you have a big team. So, how was that progression?
Well, I mean, it all started with getting fired.
Okay.
Hey, I like that.
I like how this interview is going to go.
If people are, can think back to like 2008 and the financial crisis that we were having at the time, I was working in a company doing land development for a lot of big home builders.
Yeah.
And I was moving my way up in a pretty big land planning company here in Denver, and September of 2008, I got called in and unfortunately got let go because all the banks quit lending on raw land, and they just didn't have work for me. So bounced around a little bit, and I had a buddy who owned a roofing company, and he said, why don't you come sell roofs for me for the summer till development comes back? I said, yeah, sure, I'll go do that. And did really, really well at it. 2009 was the year that we had a great big storm up on Green Mountain, and we replaced a whole lot of roofs up there. And by the time by the time things started to get back in play with land development and stuff like that, I didn't want to leave. I've had calls, from home builders and other planning companies and things like that, asking me, if I wanted to get back in the game, and I just kind of laugh. I'm like, no, no, thank you. I really enjoy what I do now. So that's how I got started. And then I sold for 3-4 years. Became a sales manager, became a production manager, started general managing for another company that guys owned. And at that point, it was about 2017. I was like, why am I doing this for other people? Turned around and started Colorado Preferred Roofing in November of 2017.
Okay.
It's steady. It's been steady and managed. We've over the years added. Started with just me running all the production, all the marketing, all the administration, with a team of like 3 or 4 sales reps.
Okay.
In 2022, I hired I hired a girl who's now our director of operations. Her name is Madison. Hired her to come in and help me pull permits and get ladders and some production things kind of going. And then year after that, we hired our first production manager. And now we're looking at hiring a marketing coordinator. We have a sales manager now. And really building a good infrastructure in the office for expanded growth, continued growth.
You've done this very smartly.
We've had a slower season with hail. We have found ways to grow in other directions. So we've started a small mountain practice doing standing seam metal roofs. We have brought in our own gutter equipment, and we have this really cool ambulance. So we're Colorado Preferred Roofing. Our initials are CPR.
Okay.
So we kind of go with a medical theme.
Okay.
And get some CPR for your roof.
Nice.
And so we have this really cool ambulance that's got a 5-inch and a 6-inch gutter machine in the back, and we run it up to our jobs, and we roll out our gutters after the roofs are done and put them up. Nice. So. That was another area of growth, and most recently we've started to expand further up and down the Front Range. We opened an office in Cheyenne last year.
Wow. Okay.
And the year before that, we had opened up an office in Colorado Springs that never really took off until this year.
Okay.
So we've done really well in Colorado Springs this year too. So
Good. Well, that was my next question: is what is your territory? So it sounds like you're really covering the majority of Colorado, if not all.
Work as far out as Aspen and Glenwood Springs, as far south as Pueblo, all the way up to Cheyenne, all the way out east to Burlington and Lyman.
Nice. And
We do both.
okay.
I would say probably 70% residential, 30% commercial right now, but that's beginning to change.
Okay.
So
How has this year specifically gone since all of our the lack of moisture, if you will?
sure, sure. We've stayed busy.
That's
So we recently hired a couple of field techs to go out and do repairs, do smaller projects to keep things rolling. But we recently started a project down in Colorado Springs that is very large and very substantial. We're going to be re-roofing the Colorado Springs Country Club starting on Monday.
Nice.
So that's a very big kind of high-profile job that we're very excited to be doing.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations to all of it.
Thanks.
I mean, it's no easy task to build a business and to continue growing it, expanding, and again, just have some strategy behind it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk because, I mean, roofing, especially here in Colorado, I mean, there's no lack of business. Colorado ranks second in the nation for total hail damage costs, about 151 million per year, behind only Texas, apparently. It has some of the highest per person hail losses. A recent analysis puts Colorado as the number 2 state in overall hail risk, just after Nebraska. So Nebraska's big up there as well. So for folks along the Front Range, what are some of the biggest roofing issues you see because of our hail, even our snow or intense sun?
Sure. Well, let's start with the sun. We're at a mile high here. Your southern slopes on asphalt roofs get hammered with sun damage all the time, and you get premature cracking. You get all kinds of things where even if hail doesn't hit your house, your lifespan on a 30-year asphalt shingle can sometimes be cut, to 15 years, 10, 15 years.
Right.
So that's a big thing that we see in the wintertime, when we do have a real winter.
Exactly, right?
Knock
on
spring.
wood.
We run into a lot of things like ice damming, where ice will form on your eaves, and if your ventilation on your roof is not correct, it will seep up underneath your shingles. The ice will, get up underneath your shingles, and as it melts, it will cause leaks that go down into your living space.
Right.
Well, I know you offer lots of different roofs across the Colorado area. Is there
Case basis, but I would recommend, if you're on the Front Range of Colorado, the average roof gets hit by hail on the Front Range once every 7 to 10 years. So I would highly recommend a good Class 4 hail resistant shingle.
Okay.
We work with a company called Tamco. I know we're going to get into that here in a little bit, but they have just put out a new offering that we're just super excited about. It's really going to change, kind of the face of how people look at re-roofing their homes when they need to.
okay?
Nice.
And do you ever go up on a roof? Okay.
All the time. So what we do on an inspection, it's called a comprehensive property inspection. It's 35 points where we'll go up and we'll take a look at not just the shingles, not just the skylights, but we're going to look at your flashing. We're going to look at your gutters, your chimney cap. We're going to look at everything around the perimeter of the home, on the elevations, just to make sure that everything's in good condition. And then once we give your roof a clean bill of health, we set an appointment for a year out, and we continue to monitor your roof on a regular basis. And you'll get a call from our little AI system now that says, I don't understand any of that crap, but you'll get a call. It's time for your annual roof inspection. Jason will be out there on Tuesday to just make sure everything's good. And while we're up there, we go with some tools, and if we see little things that need to be repaired, we will. Because the idea for us is not to just sell you a roof and be gone and out of your life. We want to be your roofer, right? So you guys, you have a mechanic for your car, right?
Yeah.
You have a plumber. If you get a clog or a broken pipe or something like that, you have an electrician.
Right.
Doesn't it make sense to have someone that you count on and know and trust to be able to get up on your roof on an annual basis, or if you've got a problem or if you have a concern that you can call, that like and trust, just like you have a dentist or a doctor or a mechanic.
Completely.
I'm glad because I've never really thought about that, because in Colorado, when roof people come to your door, it's just like, okay, they want to inspect my roof so that they can say, oh, you need a whole new roof, go through insurance, maybe pay 10 grand, stuff like that. I've never really thought about, if you do check it maybe once a year, there's tiny little things that you can do that it's like preventative maintenance.
Absolutely.
So that you don't wait to the point where it's just like you can't come back from this.
Correct.
Right. I've
Correct.
never really
So
thought
we put a lot of into making sure your roof maintains its integrity for as long as possible.
Right.
Because obviously at some point it's not, and we want to be the only call.
And a roof is very expensive. I mean, how much would it cost? How much does it cost when you come out once a year just to kind of inspect it, see what's going on? I mean, of course, it depends on what you find,
right?
What happened
for the annual check on our maintenance plan? It's nothing.
It's nothing.
We do it for free.
Oh,
so
wow.
you do the actual check for free if there's nothing wrong.
Yeah. And if we've got to caulk some nail heads, if we've got to, make sure that, a few shingles are sealed down that might have come up through wind or something like that, we're going to take care of that for you. No charge.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing.
I mean, because it doesn't take us any time, and we really want to foster that kind of relationship with our clients, with our community.
Right.
We want to be the people that that come top of mind if and when there is a substantial leak.
You want to be
if and when there is a substantial hailstorm.
Right.
We want to make sure that we're in front of the people that we know and who like and trust us, so that we can get this taken care of for them if and when the time comes.
Wow.
When there is be the first call.
We should always be the first call.
Okay.
And I don't say that out of ego or out of, oh, you got to come work with me or whatever. You should call a roofing contractor that like and trust, whether that be Colorado Preferred Roofing or somebody else, before you call your insurance. Because once you call your insurance and they send somebody out to look at it, you have filed a claim. Okay? And if there's no damage, or if the damage is minimal and it doesn't meet your deductible, you've then got a no pay claim on your record.
Right.
And that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
I'd even push it further where you can even get a $0 claim if nobody comes out. Just you calling.
Correct.
And speaking with the 800 number and saying, do I need? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a flag that goes, in your file.
For sure. I appreciate that. I made a change with insurance.
If there's anything like a few things that a homeowner could do before they even give you a call, just to check or anything like that? Or really, is it just call you and say, let the pros handle it? Is there any basic stuff that regular homeowners can check?
Of course there is. Of course
okay.
there is. So if the hail is large and substantial, let's say you have a skylight. That skylight gets broken by the hail.
Right.
You know, you may, if you are a handyman, a DIYer, you might want to get up there with a tarp and put the tarp down, or alternatively, you want to give us a call and we'll come out and tarp it for you for free. You know, you want to walk around the perimeter of your home, kind of assess any kind of damage that you can see without, getting up on the roof and without getting, in any kind of trouble. Were there any windows that are broken? Do you have big dents on your downspouts or on your metal siding? Is your vinyl siding broken? If you have a stucco home, do you have big divots of stucco coming out? That's all signs that you want to call a guy like me.
Right. There's shingle on the lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that. Yeah, exactly.
I'm definitely not the do-it-yourselfer.
Go on the roof and check this out.
True.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of get into this because you said there's some good news that we want to get into later, but you are one of the only of a handful of Tamco diamond contractors in Colorado. First of all, what is Tamco? And what is Tamco Diamond? What does that certification mean for a homeowner?
Sure. So let's start with Tamco. Have you ever bought a new house, like a new construction home?
Oh, brand new construction?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Let me think, Mark. I move about every 2 years. I don't believe so.
Okay. Okay. Well, Tamco used to be the king of construction grade shingles. Okay. So your Richmonds, your Lennars, KB Homes, stuff like that would buy this Tamco Heritage shingle.
Okay.
By the semi load.
Okay.
Well, there turned out that there were big problems with those shingles in Colorado because of the way they were manufactured and then brought in. They weren't made to withstand some of the climate change.
Okay.
Or climate fluctuations that we have here. And so there were huge problems, and Tamco got a really bad rap for a long time. I didn't use them. Like, I stayed away from them until probably 3-4 years ago. Like, didn't touch them.
Okay.
They came out with a new line of shingles called the Titan XT, and then the Stormfighter Flex. Which they basically went back into the laboratory, imagined the whole shingle, and created some of the best shingles out there on the market now.
Nice.
The Tamco Stormfighter Flex, for example, will you can install that down to temperatures of 25 degrees with no problems with the sealant and everything like that. Will withstand up to 160-mile-an-hour winds with 4 nails. That's the highest wind-rated shingle, asphalt shingle in the country.
Okay.
So they really, went back into the lab, figured out where they went wrong, and came out with stellar, ridiculous products. And other one, and it's amazing. It's going to change. It's going to change everything.
Was this predominantly
problems all over the place? I don't know the details behind that.
okay?
But as a diamond contractor, we are one of 6 companies who is able to provide. If we install one of these 2 Tamco shingles and we do it with all of their accessories, we are able to provide a 25-year leak-proof guarantee backed by Tamco.
25 years?
25 years, leak proof.
Oh my.
Holy
That's
cow.
that's
I don't
that's
know.
unheard of.
I have never heard that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. How long has this been out?
It's been out. The Stormfighter Flex, their Class 4, has been out for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
And then the Titan's been out a little longer than that, maybe 3.
Wow. Okay. All right. So being like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's a $3 billion company that you're calling, and you're not calling Colorado Preferred Roofing, who, if I get hit by a bus or something, who knows what's going to happen.
Right.
We provide a 10-year workmanship warranty, but if something should happen to Colorado Preferred Roofing, hopefully not, but if something should happen, you've got the backing of a $3 billion asphalt shingle company.
Who
That's
likes their
awesome.
who trusts their product so much as to provide a 25-year
Right.
shelf life on it.
well, you had mentioned your tenure. Go into that a little bit more.
If we've got wind, a little bit of wind damage where something comes up, or if a vent comes off, or if we've got a small leak in a valley or something like that, we're going to come out and we're going to fix it for you free of charge.
Okay. For 10 years. That's amazing. It's interesting. So Tamco Diamond Contractor. Tech
It's our local organization, like the Home Builders Association, or the Property Managers Association, of Colorado. Basically, it's a group of about 275 roofing companies. There's about 1,500 companies in Colorado registered with the Secretary of State who call themselves roofers. Okay.
Okay.
They might do 10 roofs a year. They might do hundreds of roofs a year, but there is a strict code of ethics, continuing education, and community service that you have to adhere to as a member of the CRA.
Not all do
sorry,
it.
I'm sorry.
Not all do it.
Not all do it.
No,
So there's
I
about
completely-
275 of us who can actually be members.
Okay. I
So,
gotcha.
And who are actually members.
Okay.
So,
I think that's very important. I mean, to know what you're.
don't carry workers' comp.
Okay.
We've
your
got to
breath.
carry workers' comp. We've got to carry general liability, obviously. We've got to go through training. We've got to, adhere to an ethics standard. And we've got to be involved in the community.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up the community.
The most recent thing that we did was a turkey drive.
Okay.
With the city of Englewood. We're based in downtown Littleton, so we went up to Englewood during the holidays and did a turkey drive.
Cool.
We did a food bank of the Rockies day as a team. Let's see, what else do we do? Madison, if you're listening. Wife Laura, head up all of these events
A lot of the
all
community
the
stuff.
time. But we do clothing drives, we do food drives, we do fill backpacks.
Awesome.
We have a program where if you were to do a roof with us and you referred, your neighbor, we would either give you donation on your behalf to the charity of your choice of $250.
Oh.
We're also with the Colorado Springs Country Club. This is kind of interesting, and this is kind of what got us the deal, got us the job, is they have these huge copper troughs on one of their buildings.
Explain that. Sorry.
Like copper, real copper.
Okay.
But troughs.
It's a trough that brings water down into a gutter system.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was troughs for like Moscow mules because those have to be in copper.
Oh yeah, no. It is
Such a fun.
after 5 o'clock. But anyway, they want those things. Whoever does this job, just take it, recycle it, take the money, whatever. We're working with Colorado Springs Country Club to find a charity because this is a significant hundreds of pounds of copper.
Yeah.
And we're going to turn that into a recycling center and donate it to charity of their choice.
Oh,
Ooh,
awesome.
nice.
That's very cool. Yeah, there's probably money in that. I don't know much about copper.
There's so many things that companies can do, small businesses can do, to be, a part of the community. The Donor Dash, as an example, my wife's best friend was actually a donor recipient, a liver donor recipient.
Yeah.
And that's how we got involved with that. And as a company this year, I think we're going to get even further involved.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Become more and more ingrained in our company, and people who don't, don't.
Yeah,
But,
completely. I understand that. For those that just jumped on, we have Mark Aumen, the owner of Colorado Preferred Roofing. Again, you can go to coloradopreferredroofing.com. You can call them at 303-974-4582. And you can email Mark at mark at coloradopreferredroofing.com. If you are just jumping on, please go back a little bit in the video. And there have been some new changes with Tamco roofs that will blow your mind with the type of certification that you can get, especially with all of our crazy weather with hail and sun and all of that. So definitely take a look at that.
I agree. So these roofs, 25-year leak-proof guarantee. I mean, what has to be done right for a warranty like that to actually hold up? I mean, because being a listener or something like that, I'd be like, okay, well, all right, what's the catch? What am I missing? What do I have to do in order to make sure that this is a 25-year warranty? Is there anything catch on it?
You as a homeowner or consumer, no.
Really?
You have to allow us to come out every year and make sure everything's good.
Which you do for free.
Which we do for free.
Right.
You know, and then if there is something, we take care of it.
Right.
If there's something major, we get Tamco to take care of it.
Wow.
So really, no catch.
That's amazing. I absolutely love that. If you go to coloradopreferredroofing.com, check it out. I went to this site under services. You have residential roofing services, but you have roof repair, roof replacement, gutters, windows, siding. I mean, it's not just a roof on a house.
Correct.
You guys do.
We will take care of pretty much anything on the exterior of your home.
Wow. Do you mow lawns?
No, nope, we don't do that. We don't do that. We were slow a couple weeks ago, and I had a couple of our techs go to my house and shovel some rock.
Okay. I was actually going to ask if you babysit, but I would go with mowing the lawn too.
Yeah.
Wow. That in your same crew, is this the same certification under roofs to do windows, gutters, the whole thing, or are these totally separate?
These are totally separate. Yeah.
You can do anything on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It
Man.
absolutely is. I'm curious, what's one, outside of calling you, what do you think is one of the most simplest maintenance habits that can significantly extend the life of a roof here on the Front Range?
Sure. I mean, again, if you're a do-it-yourselfer,
Yep.
hop up and make sure that there's no shingles that are lifting up. Make sure that any exposed nail heads. There are a few places on a roof where nail heads have to be exposed at the cap of the ridge.
Okay.
Where the ridge ties together.
Okay.
And on the ends and things like that. Make sure there's good caulking there. That's really it.
Wow. So really just kind of like look it over, and if you don't feel comfortable,
If something looks weird, call us.
just give you a call.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you don't have to be a customer of yours that purchased a roof in order for you to come check them out
That's
for
correct.
free.
That's correct. We'll take care of any inspection that you might have. If there's a repair that has to be made, we'll give you a reasonable estimate to do that.
Right.
And we do one of the things that we do a lot lately. Interesting fact in Colorado with all of the tile roofs that are out here. A lot of these tile roofs were built in the 90s. And back in the 90s, they used an underlayment that was primarily paper soaked in asphalt. Okay? This paper degrades over time because debris gets up underneath these shingles or these tiles, and it causes, leaks. Okay? So 9 times out of 10, when we get a call for a leak on a tile roof, we know that it's going to be in a valley where where the water runs down because there's flow there. So we pull all those tiles away. We create a new leak barrier in that valley and put those tiles back.
Okay.
Happens all the time. That's one of our most common repairs.
I actually had that in a home up north when I lived up there. Not specifically the roof, yes, and on the side as well. It was built back in the 90s, and that's exactly what it was. And there was no barrier whatsoever, and it literally just starts to disintegrate,
It does.
which
Yeah.
is really not great.
And it's crazy because we've got much better underlayment products now than they did back then.
Thank
And so
goodness.
we can seal that thing up and it'll never happen again.
Yeah, it's really interesting
Yeah.
to watch the siding of your house disintegrate, and then you see a 4x4. I'm like, that didn't look
Yeah.
right. Oh, and there's my couch. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a little scary.
Yeah.
I'm curious. When you talk about the long-term trust instead of closing deals, I'm curious, what does that mean to you? And second part is, are there some customer satisfaction moments that stand out to you? Some really wonderful stories of how you've helped customers in the past.
Absolutely. Just from the standpoint of, what is that trust, look like? It's really in the reviews that we receive. It's in the people who call us back time over time, because they know, like, and trust us, and know that we are going to be able to take care of, any problem that they have. I'm thinking back to, times when I was first getting started. I had a client down in Colorado, or down in Highlands Ranch. His name was Dean. And I have re-roofed Dean's home 4 times
Okay.
over the past 18 years that I've been doing this. And he's just in a bad spot. He's in a bad location for hail, and I feel bad for him because, he calls, but every time it happens, he calls me before I know, that he's,
He's gonna get
before I
whacked.
get to him, he's like, "Hey, Mark, I need you to come out. I think I got a problem." It's been a while because we've put some really, really good material on there for him.
Good.
And hopefully that won't happen again.
Well, does Dean need a good real estate person?
He might. He might.
Okay.
And of
That's
course,
funny.
there's the stories of the, widows and, things like that, people who really just need a helping hand. We have, we've put roofs on for people who, really, really needed a roof and had difficulty affording it. And we've helped find ways to get them, what they need to protect their house, because it's, it protects the biggest asset that they have.
Yeah, it is definitely. I
So-
wholeheartedly agree. It is usually the biggest asset we all have.
And hail now is one of the largest driver of homeowners insurance premiums in the state. From 2017 to 2019, Colorado was second only to Texas in total hail insurance claims, with about 380,000 claims.
I had no idea actually that we
period.
were that high. That we are the second highest in the United States.
Second highest, second to Texas, right there.
That surprises me, because I feel like we're a little more covered
Right.
than in the middle of the United States. They feel a little more exposed. Like a Kansas, I would think, would get whacked more. But so, I mean, for all of you in Colorado, we know that you're listening. We're number 2 outside of Texas with hail damage. So,
Right.
and definitely a roof is very important. It's the top of the biggest asset that you have. So, I
Exactly.
mean,
Yep.
it is.
It protects
yeah.
your biggest asset, and
Yes.
that's super important.
Yep.
And it's funny that you bring that up, because recently Tamco has gone back into the laboratory, came up with a new product that I'm super excited about, and in fact, I think today we may have sold one of the very first roofs in the nation with this product. So we sold a roof today, product called HailGuard, and what this product is a beyond class 4 shingle. So a class 4 shingle will withstand a hailstone or like a concrete or a steel ball being dropped in a laboratory setting from 20 feet. It will withstand a 2-inch steel ball. Okay, and that's a simulated test where they drop from 20 feet a steel ball onto a shingle, and they check the integrity of the back of the shingle and the front of the shingle to make sure that there's no damage.
Right.
Okay, if it passes that, it's class 4 shingle.
Okay.
Tamco has come out and developed a shingle that will withstand a 3-inch steel ball
Okay.
dropped from 25 feet,
Okay.
32 joules of energy
Okay.
hitting this thing. They have actually, I have a video. I wish I could show you guys this video, but they have a video of 16 baseballs being shot at 100 miles an hour at this shingle, and not a single granule of material is gone.
How do I
Wow.
get that job?
Right? Isn't that fun?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, there's this guy out there. He's an influencer. His name's John Cenac, and he gets to do all of that kind of fun stuff.
Awesome.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, John. Hey, if you need a backup,
Yeah.
we're here for
Yeah.
you.
So, so we are, like I said, Tamco Diamond preferred contractor here in Colorado, and as such, we can install this shingle for you with a 20-year hail guarantee. If you have hail on your roof that is smaller than 3 inches and it damages that shingle, Tamco will replace that roof for you free of charge.
I think Dean is going to call you tomorrow
Okay?
and have you come re-roof his house for the 5th time
Right on.
with that. I
Right
mean,
on.
and then
This is
'cause, I
super
mean,
exciting stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
this
is
is
cool.
this is revolutionary material.
And you were one of the first companies to ever be able to put this on.
That's correct.
And how were you so fortunate besides kicking butt and taking names?
We were invited
Okay.
based on our reputation, based on our, on our sales, our time in business, our involvement with the CRA, the way that we operate our business, we were invited as one of 6 companies in Colorado
Wow.
Right.
to have that diamond status.
That is very cool.
A lot of other companies. I'm not going to name any names, but a lot of other manufacturing companies. You can become part of their platinum program, whatever. Pay them $10,000 a year,
Right.
and you're in.
Right.
This is select.
By,
Diamond is
by
different.
reputation.
This is select.
It's awesome.
So for all of the people listening, Mark with Colorado Preferred Roofing, you can go to coloradopreferredroofing.com. Talking about Tamco, they're one of 6 diamond contractors in Colorado. And we've discussed some products. Tamco Storm Fighter Flex. Now, this is the one, 25-year leak proof. Correct. On that one, which is really amazing because for all of our listeners, typical asphalt roofs nationally, they're expected to last around 20 years, right? Nationally.
Around there, yeah.
But in Colorado, of course, many sources say 15 years, less, depending.
If you live on the Front Range of Colorado, chances are within 7 to 10 years, your house is going to get hit by hail.
Right. And so Tamco, this 25-year thing, this is Colorado 25 years. This is like this is not
correct.
this is only when you're sea level.
This
is built for Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah. We had when we first started putting that shingle on. So we gave it a shot. The rep came in and had been visiting me all the time. He's like, "Come on, give this a try. Give this a try. Give this a try." Finally said, "Okay, we'll give it a try." It's in COVID. Okay, hard to get material.
Yep.
He had it available. We had a house up in Park Hill, like Central Park area, that wanted a Class 4 shingle. We went and we put that on. A year later, in 2023, we got that massive storm, 2-inch, 2.5-inch hail in Park Hill. So we went out there. The lady called. She's all freaking out. My windows are damaged. My siding's damaged. I need you to come out and take a look at this roof. You just put it on. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Blah, 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 blah. We went out there, looked at it, got up on this roof. We found 2 hail hits on this roof that we had installed of this Tamco Stormfighter Flex. Every other roof in the area was destroyed. We were converts on that day. That's all we put on now. Unless somebody really wants something else, that's what we install.
Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing.
Makes absolute sense too.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. I mean, for those of you, again, that caught this a little bit late, they are Colorado Preferred Roofing, but they do really everything on the outside of your house. So it's windows and siding, of course, all different types of roofs here in Colorado. They don't have one territory. They cover the entire state and even into Wyoming. And I am curious. I know that you do everything on the outside, but do you have any partners or other vendors that you partner with that you wanted to mention?
Sure. So we work with, we work with a lot of other, companies that will help us with a lot of the exterior work. We've got a siding partner that we work with, United Siding,
Okay.
and they do all of our work on the siding. Chateau Windows helps us out with a lot of windows. Doug Kerstetter's a great guy, and he can help you out not just with windows but showers, baths, kitchens, stuff like that. So those are our 2 main people.
Okay. Well, we have a plethora of real estate agents, so we're going to get you connected with all of our wonderful guys, because every realtor needs a good roofing company.
And every Colorado homeowner needs a good roof.
Completely.
Because I've been always wondering about this kind of, lived here my whole life, and it's always been, oh no, a hailstorm, great. Let's see if we need a new roof. And I always thought, well, why can't they just build something that lasts and can take these? And now you're saying, well,
how they've done it.
Enough time went by where a company did.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we've
Oh,
got it.
yes.
We've got it for you now.
Right.
You know, the pricing for the shingle, of course, is a little bit more expensive.
Of course.
Well, it
But
lasts longer.
now we've got deductibles that are in the $5,000 to $10,000 range. If if you've got a 1 or a 2% deductible on your home, we can put this shingle on for you. So for the price of an additional deductible, you're going to have the peace of mind for 20 years that you're not going to have to worry about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Will you, is there, to your knowledge, you would think that an insurance company would want these on your roof?
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Is,
yes.
is there any insurance breaks, any insurance good things with insurance since you made this switch?
So for a class 4 shingle, most, if not all now, insurance carriers will give you a discount on your premium for having a class 4 shingle.
Okay.
Okay. And this, Tamco class 4 plus, Hillguard shingle does classify as a class 4 shingle. So they will get a break on their premiums for that.
That's great,
awesome. Yeah.
especially with it rising insurance costs.
Yeah.
Because they know it will stand up, and they know that Tamco will stand by it. So
Of course.
We have been talking to all our strategic partner insurance companies about this, and to a T, everybody's just jazzed. Like, what? When can you come in and sit down and tell us more?
I agree. I mean, it saves you definitely in the long run. You want to have something. I love that it covers your biggest asset.
Right.
I love that your initials are CPR for your roof in your house. That's so apropos. Mark, thank you so much. I love learning about all of this new stuff.
Oh,
Thank you, Sarah and Josh. Thank you very, very much for having me in here.
Our
It's
pleasure.
it's really awesome, and I look forward to getting more involved in K4CO and you guys. I like local community radio. I think is super cool. It's it's what we all grew up on. So
we agree
now to be able to
wholeheartedly.
put that out on the web, and all on all the socials in this
Yes.
kind of format, I think is just an amazing next step.
Thank you, Mark,
you.
for
Yeah.
saying that.
Yeah.
3 years ago, people thought we were nuts, and now they're coming to us going, "Yeah, can you give us some help with what we're doing here?" So,
Yep.
it is very cool. I appreciate that a lot, and like you, we love our community. There's nothing we wouldn't do to help build up nonprofits and small businesses. So, thank you for coming on and educating all of our listeners and viewers.
right.
And
Absolutely.
we'll be happy to make any connections, of course, for all of you real estate agents. I know a whole bunch of you are listening.
And insurance agents.
Yes, and insurance
Insurance
agents,
agents.
of course. Definitely, this should be on your radar if it's not. To have a roof that is backed for 25 years is unheard of.
Exactly,
So, that's
especially
pretty
in the Colorado
outstanding.
elements. I mean,
Exactly, a mile high, hail, snow. I mean, we get whacked with everything.
Everything.
We
Yeah.
don't really have earthquakes, but we get tornadoes. You name it, we have it.
the sun, the hail, I mean,
Don't move here if you're not already here.
yeah. There's no more
like
room,
those bumper
unfortunately.
stickers that say we're full.
Yes, I know it.
Exactly.
Yes.
But yeah, as Colorado natives, man, it is wonderful to hear this. 25 years leak proof. But the biggest thing, Colorado Preferred Roofing, I mean, they will come out every year absolutely free, just to look over the roof, because they want to really create a relationship with you guys. And with these Tamco Diamond Contractor roofs, man, I mean, 25 years are still, you probably just come over every year, just like, I know it's good, but I just like seeing you.
I just want to see it.
I just want to say hi.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So check them out. ColoradoPreferredRoofing.com, 303-974-4582. You can email Mark directly, mark@ColoradoPreferredRoofing.com, or if you have any questions, just info@ColoradoPreferredRoofing.com. Thanks again, Mark. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys both. This has been an absolute blast. I'm sorry I was
that's
just running just a little bit late.
You're totally fine.
Not at all. Our listeners didn't even know. So
All right.
you just
Yeah.
let
All
them
right.
know.
You're great.
Good deal. Good deal.
Well, stay tuned, everybody. In a half hour, we have one solid hour of only Colorado artists in the K4CO radio rotation. The rest of the time, Our rotation is 1/3 Colorado musicians the rest of the time, but every single day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., one solid hour of only Colorado. And then, of course, tonight, a Friday the 13th episode, Kind of Vague Radio, hosted by Andrew Talent and Rob Dixon, deep diving into Colorado music. Happy Friday, everybody. Call Colorado Preferred Roofing. Take care. Have a great weekend.